What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Blades with Bill. Today, we're going to be doing a full review of the Brothers Knives 1503 CF Cowfish. Before we get into it, if you've watched this much of the video, do me a huge favor, give me a thumbs up. It's the best thing you can do for the channel, mine or any channel. It really does help push us up in the algorithm, which helps us get more views, which should help us get more subscribers. We're going to go up close, go over some of the specs, come back up here, and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. We have steel bolsters, or full bolsters, with carbon fiber inlays. It is a traditional lockback, nail nick, and a VG10 blade that is a slightly modified Warncliffe, maybe a sheep's foot. It is comfortable in hand. The knife weighs 2.56 ounces. Handle thickness is just under a half an inch. Thickest part of the blade is a little over a tenth of an inch. Behind the edge is about 14 thousandths. Do a little size comparison real quick. I don't have a whole lot that would be similar to this. So, one of the most popular knives in the entire knife community, Swiss Army knife. This is the Cadet in Alox. And then the NAF Lander. So as you can see, it is bigger than the Swiss Army knife, but it's smaller than the Lander. Not much smaller than the Lander, but it is a little bit smaller than the Lander. The Civivi Elementum and the Civivi Baby Banter. And again, as you can see, it is a much more traditional knife. It is much thinner than both, and it's really only slightly longer than the Baby Banter. The Rat Model 2 and the CJRB Pyrite. And again, this is just basically because I know these are fairly popular knives in the knife community, to try and give people an idea of exactly how big the Cowfish from Brothers Knife is. Let's go back up top and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. Now, as I said in the video the other day, this is how I've been carrying this, because I've never been a huge fan of knives like this where they just float around in your pocket. I normally carry a Swiss Army knife like that, my little Cadet or whatever, but this, I didn't really feel like having that just float around in my pocket. So I picked up this leather sheath or pocket slip. And like I said, this was made for the Victorinox Cadet, but it fits this knife quite well. And it's nice and snug. It's actually a really nice way to carry a knife like this. As far as the knife itself goes, I've had no problems. It's a traditional style knife. It's not meant to be something huge. It's you could whittle some wood with this if you wanted. You could open packages. Like I said, this you could use this as an office carry. And carrying it like this with a pin, you really could easily carry this as an office carry. It's not really threatening. Yeah, it has a lock on it. I forgot in the up close to do the measurements like I normally do. I already had all this set up for doing it this way. So when I realized, so I did measure. The blade is 2 3/4 inches. The overall length of the knife is 6 1/4 inches. So the handle is about just over 3 1/4 inches. Like I said, it's not a very big knife. It's definitely has enough handle. It's a 4 finger knife. The VG10 was done well. I've had no problems with that. It is very it slices just fine. Like when I first got this, I didn't think this was going to be that slicey of a knife because it looks kind of thick, but the way they ground it, it actually comes out fairly thin, as I said in the up close. Now, when I got this, there were a few issues, but nothing that I consider a major issue. The grind on the blade, the edge grind, was a little wonky. It was a little wavy. But this is a knife that I picked up off of Amazon for under 40 bucks. So I can't complain about stuff like that. Plus, I don't really worry about it too much anyway. I normally end up sharpening a knife when I first get it, so I really wasn't that worried about it. And it's VG10, so it's not like it's that hard to sharpen. So if you're looking for something in a traditional style knife, but you can't afford some of the really nice ones that are out there that, like myself, I would love to get my hands on a Jack Wolf. I really would. Every time they drop a new one, I want to try one so bad. But I also can't justify to afford or to spend $300 on a single knife. So, like I said, I picked this up because I know traditionals are kind of popular right now. So, this was one that I found that was budget friendly and still gives me a lock. It's big enough to actually use for me. So, I definitely recommend it. Again, if you like the video, do me a huge favor, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and click all so you get notified every time I release a video here on YouTube. I'll leave my socials in the description of the video, along with my affiliate links. If you want to help support the channel further, I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.